Echo, aka Maya, is a deaf Native American girl who loses her leg in a car accident. This is stupid because the glass that amputates her foot is plate glass, a giant chunk of the stuff, whereas automotive glass has been the safe type that turns into a billion cubes for almost a century. They should have just made the leg be crushed, or even just have her wake up to no leg and the doctor saying, "We tried to save it, but nothing worked." Her mother also dies in the car accident, which is revealed to have been cut brakes caused by Echo's father's gang alliances. Now her grandmother cannot stand the sight of Echo's dad, so they move to New York where her father falls in with Kingpin and his crime empire. Her dad is killed and the head of the gang, Kingpin aka Fisk, takes her in as a daughter. There's a lot of very low volume dialogue sequences, like when the grandparents are leaving the night of the accident. They mention biscuits, as if that's someone we're supposed to know. And at the hospital they're whispering while angry, also very hard to hear the dialogue. The first episode shows Maya's close relationship with her cousin Bonnie. This will become important in later episodes to show how poorly the show was produced. Maya is basically unlikable from the moment you flash forward to her as an adult. If you hate the cocky smirk modern characters have, get ready to cringe. Adult Maya's first scene shows her sparring in a kickboxing gym. She's watching her opponent's hands like that's not something all fighters do. So because her sparring partner is a white man, she easily and thoroughly kicks his butt. But here's what makes me despise her as a character. She knocks her sparring partner down and just walks away. Doesn't even help the guy back on his feet. What a dog move. The show seems to act as though because she can't hear, that means she makes no sound herself. She kicks in a door and it's silent from her perspective, but no one reacts to it. It seems to me like this part of the show was punishing me for not having watched Hawkeye, as we have no idea where she is or who is at risk until she locates her dying father. At the graveside, no one has turned up, no family, nothing. She gets a text from her friend Bonnie, but she ignores it. There's a bizarre scene at a motorcycle showroom where she takes her hair tie off and locks the throttle, and it launches into a police car. Is she trying to get arrested? But Kingpin/Fisk runs this city, so the cops just step aside. The notorious Daredevil fight scene follows. I'm not going to talk about the terrible choreography of that scene, nor the bizarre CGI Daredevil that shows up for half a second. I want to talk about the part before that. As soon as enemies go behind the camera, they cease to exist. They don't shoot or rejoin the fight until the camera pans back around to them. Also, a big shout out to my main man who attacks Echo, gets her on her back, has a wide open shot to cave her face in, but instead opts for a kidney punch. Genius. Her superpowers are supposed to come to her during times of need. Right now would be a good time. I still don't understand, after pulling the shelving unit on top of Echo, why does Daredevil disappear? Echo gets the opportunity to kill Ronan, but he gets the best of her off camera. Small mercies. And he informs her that Kingpin wanted her father killed. So Echo finds Kingpin stumbling through the streets. Is there a previous scene that I missed in Hawkeye that explains this? And she shoots him in the eye point blank. Next thing, it's been 5 months and she has some massive open wound near her kidney. And she drives to her childhood home and sews it with dental floss and a fishhook. Someone is opening the door with a butter knife, so she attacks them, but it's her cousin Biscuits. Why is he opening the door with a knife? I assume when the season was 8 episodes long, they showed him looking for the spare key that Maya took. He still knows sign language perfectly, even though he hasn't seen her in 20 years. Is there another deaf person around? Or is sign language like riding a bike? Hell, even with a bike you're a bit wobbly after a year. Looking this up later, it seems that Bonnie's parents are deaf, so there's opportunities to practice with the family. Poor old Biscuits. He's so happy to see his cousin, but she just blows him off. What a bitch. At least he's got a cool blue healer. I hope you like this Tamaha mural because you'll be seeing a lot of it. Maya stops to stalk her cousin, but doesn't stop to say hello. What a cow. Maya goes to the local skating rink that her Uncle Henry runs, but her and the cashier butt heads for some reason. The cashier sends a message to someone saying the King Killer is here if the bounty is still available, so Kingpin is clearly dead. They get the mortician in to sew up Maya's gunshot wound that's now festering. They say if you want a body fixed or a body gone, she's the person to see. It's a bit rude how they're signing behind her back, don't you think? Everyone she knows tells her to check in with her relatives, but she only wants to talk to people that can benefit her. Oh no, Kingpin is alive! So why were they calling her the King Killer? Shouldn't it be the King Grazer? I feel that having a deaf main character hurts the show because all of the dialogue is very slow, and you have to keep your eyes on the subtitles, so you won't see the emotions on the faces of the characters. The titular character is wholly unlikable. She's not doing any of her horrible deeds for love, or to protect her tribe or something that could be used to excuse such behaviour. It's all done for greed. She wants to be in charge of the gangs. She's a scumbag. This episode is a 4 for me. First episodes are hard as they have to introduce the world and its people. But the world it introduced is one I do not care for, and the characters are ones that I do not like. I like Biscuits, but that's about it. Everyone else only gets a small allotment of screen time. Too small for me to form an opinion about anyone other than Maya. This episode was 45 minutes long, and it seemed to spend at least 5 of those showing Maya riding her motorbike. Her superpowers haven't come into play yet. Her biggest asset seems to be her willingness to hurt people. Her deafness has been nothing but a hindrance, but only a mild one. The amputee part didn't even come into it when her leg was pierced by glass. She didn't even react to it. The Choctaw aspect has only come up through the stories of her people and the dreams she had after sewing herself up. Pretty lackluster introduction to their unique heritage. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. I release reviews occasionally when time allows, and a thumbs up would be a big motivator for further reviews. If you didn't like it, feel free to leave a thumbs down and let me know how I can improve in the comments below. Anyway, I'm Mixie, thanks for your time, and have a good one.